Hey y'all, this is Dina. Welcome to my channel. I am back with my next craft fair idea. And what we're going to do is make a shadow box for some lotion. Y'all, isn't this sweet? Look at this. I'm not going to pull all the way down since I put the ribbon on, but you can see this lotion fit directly right up inside this box. And I added a ribbon and a tag on the outside. You can do a to and from. You can do whatever you like. I just did thanks just for the sake of the video. But I really think that these are cute. And they would be so cute for a craft fair. I really do. And I think it would be a good idea to do these. Now, before I get going, I want to let you know that I did find this template on Pinterest on how to score this box. And so it came out really helpful. And the name of the person that posted it is Pixie Lady, I think is her name. I'm not really sure. I think that's Pixie Lady, Paper Pixie Lady, I believe. But anyway, I found this on Pinterest, and so I've kind of taken it and made it my own. And yeah, let me just show you how I did this. I'm super excited about this. I think they'll be such a great addition to craft fair. And I didn't do these last year at all, so I think it'll be good. Okay, so what you're going to need is you're going to need a piece of paper that measures 9.5 by 12. Now I'm going to try to go really slow with all my scoring because this is a lot of scoring for this. The template that I found on Pinterest actually kind of looked like this. And so it kind of told me where to score and what little notches to take out whenever I cut the paper. And so I'm going to hold it like this. If you want to take a quick screenshot of this, hopefully I got that in there. That way you have this. If you take a quick screenshot of this, you'll be able to see exactly what you have to cut out. So anyway, let's just get started on this. Okay, I've already cut my paper at 9.5 by 12. And let's just start with the 9.5 side. So on the 9.5 side, and even on the 12 side, for these score marks, you're going to need it on all four sides. So on the 9, I'm going to start on the 9.5 side, and you need to score at a 1/2 inch, and you're going to score at 1 5/8, 2 1/8, and 3 1/4. That one in there really good. You're going to turn it to the 12-inch side. Do the same score marks. 1/2 inch, 1 5/8, 2 1/8, and 3 1/4. Turn it. And I know I've got it sideways, but I got to be able to see what I'm doing, y'all. Score it a 1/2, 1 5/8. 2 1/8, 3 1/4. Turn it on the final side. 1/2 inch, 1 5/8, 2 1/8, 3 1/4. Okay, so I don't know if you could see those. I know it's hard to see it. I don't know if you can even see it any better on that side. Okay, so we still have to do a little bit more scoring, so don't put your scoring tool away yet. Okay, so on the 12-inch side, you're going to do 2 score marks on each 12-inch side. So on the 12-inch side, you're going to score at 2 3/4. And you're going to score down the 4 score lines. So there's the first one, the second one, third one, and the fourth one. Then you're going to jump on over to 9 1/4. And you're going to also score down to the 4th score line. Flip it around to the other 12-inch side. If you don't want to, If you want to just go a rotation like I did on the other ones, you can do that, but the other ones are different score lines. I personally would be confused. So until I get to doing this many times, but I probably would still get confused. So I'm going to just do it this way. You're going to go over here at 2 3/4. You're going to score down. There's 1. There's the second one, 3rd. And there's the 4th score line. Then jump on over to 9 1/4. Go down 4 score lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there we go. Now flip it to the 9 1/2 inch side, and for this one you're going to go over to 3 3/4, and you're going to score only down to 2 score lines. So 1, stop at that second score line that you already scored there. So that's 3 3/4. Then you're going to jump on over to 5 3/4 and also go down 2 score lines. Flip it around to the 9 1/2 inch side and do the same thing. 3 3/4 down to the second score line, and then 5 3/4 to the second score line. So there we go. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, I know it's hard to see it, but they are there. So okay, so now the reason that I made this template is I found the template on Pinterest, and it was easier for me to make the template and number them off so I can remember how many boxes I need to take off. So if it's easier for you, let me see which side is going to be easier for me to see on the score lines. I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, so if it's on the first time that you do this, if you just want to count them out, go for it. But if you want to kind of make some marks and you can kind of remember where you need to cut out, that's what I can do. So the first 5 here, and then you're going to do the next row for the first 5, and then the next row, which is the 3rd row, you're going to do the first box, second box, 3rd box, 4th box, and just half right here. Cut a corner for a little tab. Now, this one right here, right above here, let me just make sure I've got, okay, I'm going to do the top row. 1, 2, 3. This one right here that we have right here, there's a score line. I know it's hard to see it, but that's going to be the tab. Let me draw it out and you can kind of see. This is going to be a tab, okay? So then we're going to take out these right here and this one. So if you kind of use this template and kind of see where I numbered off, it will be helpful to you. You'll be able to whip this out in no time. Okay, so I'm going to do this other side. Then I'm going to do the half. Okay, and on this, let me see where my score lines are. It's hard to see on the printed paper like this, or the designer paper. So just remember, you're going to cut the whole bottom row. You're going to cut the whole second row. And then you're going to do, this is the next row, which you're going to do 4 of them and then a half. So you're going to do that half. And then you're going to do 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up here on this top one, it's 1, 2, and 3, because this one right here is the tab. So you can kind of see the dots that I put on there. And when I cut it out, you'll see what it looks like. That's why if you can do a print screen of my template here, that will really help you. Okay, we're going to flip it around, and we would do the same thing on this end as well. So I know that I have to do the whole bottom row. So there's 5. The next row, there's 5 more I have to cut out. And then on this one is a half. That's why I'm going to put the dot in the corner. And I'm going to do these right here. So I've got 4 1/2. And then the next row, I've got 2 rows right here. We're gonna do these and this one right here because this is the tab. Okay, we're gonna do the last one. Here's the tab. So you're gonna take out the first 3 and then you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, oh, right here. There's 3 and 4. Ignore that one, y'all. It's kind of hard for me to see the lines on this paper. 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to do the bottom to make it a half. And then you're going to do the whole bottom rows. So it's so if you see it, it's 5 of 1, 5 of 2, 4 of 3, and then a half, 4 of 4, and 3 of 5, and leave the tab. Hopefully that helps you to understand. This is kind of what it looks like. Okay, so let me cut this out. So I'm going to start here at the bottom. I'm just going to cut up to that second score line. And this, since I put the dot in the corner, that means leave half of it. So you cut it at a diagonal. Okay, and when I get up here to where the tab is, you're going to cut up to that score line, but you're not going to cut the tab off. You just want to be able to move your tab when you need it. Okay. I'm cutting where my tab is. And then cutting the rest of these little friends off. Just like that. So I've still got my tab. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Cutting up to the second score line. Cutting this in half. Cutting up this one right here. Let me go over here. Cutting this off. And let me cut the tab. Just like that. Oh, let me cut the tab. I gotta open this up. So there we go. That's what that's gonna look like. Flip around to the other side. Let's get these cut off as well. Cutting up to the second score line. Cut it in half. Cut all the way up to the second score line. And then cut your tab. Cut up to the score line. And just chop these little friends off. We don't need them anymore. Okay, one more side. Let's start over here. I'm gonna cut the tab. It's flying away on me, y'all. Cut the tab. I'm gonna go down here, up to that second score line. Cut this one in half. And voila, there we go. This is what it will look like, y'all. Okay, so let's do all the folding. If you're using a double-sided paper, just decide which side you want on the outside and what side's the inside. That's your only difficult part right now, because the rest of this is so simple. Once I finally got the hang of this, y'all, I really do like this little box. And there's tons of actually different things on Pinterest for shadow boxes. And so you really can't narrow it down to one, but yeah, this one I really liked. Okay. Got my tabs folded. This is the last side. And I bet you're going to be surprised, but I think that actually I'm going to put the pink on the inside and put this little green on the outside. Okay, so now we're looking like this. Where you have your little tabs so it will lay down better, like on envelopes that I've made, like the policy envelopes that I made before. I cut them at a diagonal or at the angle here, just so they will fit better down in your box. So go ahead and do that to your tabs. Because I found on the first one I did not do that, and then when I did on the second one, it got to where it laid better and it came out in this rectangle box that we want it to come out in. You can also do these at the corners as well. That way then it kind of just all kind of lays better for you. Okay, so I think that that will do for me. Looking pretty good. Now let's put some score tape. Okay, so since I'm going to be folding it inward, and I'm going to do the green on the outside, it's going to end up folding in. It's going to go like this. So this is where you're going to need to put your score tape, on the green side, or whichever side you're choosing. You can use glue if you want, but you gotta wait for it to dry, and I just think that score tape or the red tape will probably be the best thing to use. Okay, this one just ran out on me. Good thing I got another one over here. Okay, go ahead and get that peeled off. Okay. Get this off, y'all. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Okay, so you're gonna fold this up. Let me turn it like this. Fold it. You're gonna fold it on the next score line and the next one, and kind of start taking it. And y'all, I think I shouldn't. I think I should have. Okay, it's gonna be the pink side, y'all, because I taped it where it's gonna be green. That's okay. Okay, so here we go. I got my tape. Here's the tape over here. It's on this last flap. Fold it all the way over where the flap is going to end up being flush with that last score line. Oh no, it did end up green. Duh. Okay, so use your bone folder or something. Press this down really well. Okay, so I got confused there. It did end up being green. I guess it doesn't matter whichever side. Okay, I'm going to put my tape over here on this green side. You're also going to need to put tape down here on the tabs at the end. Let's do the other end. You can put all the tape if you want. I kind of was jumping the gun there. Just getting excited about my box. Okay, so there we go on that. So let's go ahead and peel this off. So I like to do the side. I found it easier to do the sides. Do all the sides first. Okay, so make sure you get that bottom one down there. Put it down to the last score line and kind of fold it in. Use your bone folder. Press it in. Okay. Let's also add a little tape to your tabs. So I'm going to add little pieces of tape to my tab, so that way when I fold up my box, it kind of gives it more stability. So I'm just going to add some tape over here. So I need a couple little pieces of tape. Got one there. I'm going to put one here. Okay, that one's sticking to me. Okay, let me get it. Cut another one, y'all. Hope you're hanging with me, because this really is a cute box. Really, really is a sweet, cute box. Okay, I need one more for the tab. Right here. Okay, so now that we have our sides folded in, we've got tape everywhere we need it. peel off the tape on one end of the tabs. Fold them in, fold your tabs in. You're going to bring it up and you're going to put the end of the box, try to put it flush with the eggs, with the edges. See how I did that? I'm going to peel off my tape. Now, make sure I've got my folds. Just like this. You're going to take it down. Make sure that this piece, the sticky piece, is going to be flush to the bottom. It's going to like be laying on the bottom, just like that. And you see here, look at how I have the mitered edges there. I'm going to put a little dab of glue underneath there to hold those in place. You can put the glue before or after. I think that it would work each way or either way. So that way you keep your edges nice and pretty. One more side, y'all. Peel off your tape from your tabs. Maybe. I need to use my little poker thing. One more. Fold your tabs in. I hope you understand why I wanted to go slow on this. I want you to be able to see exactly how to do this. Okay? Gonna bring it up. Make it flush. Fold it over. You're going to peel off your last piece of tape. Fold it down. Fold this down. This one is going to be flat on the bottom. So here we go. And there we go. So now that I've got that flush down in there, I'm going to add a little glue underneath this mitered edge over here. That way it holds it nice and flat. You can put tape if you want. I think adding a little bit of glue under there is really going to be helpful, and it'll work out just fine. Okay, I'm adding the glue. A little bit more there, y'all. And here it goes. And look, isn't that the sweetest box? Look, the background is pink. Look at that, so cute, y'all. Oh my goodness. See, when you lay it down, look at that. Oh my. Okay, I've got some little lotions over here. And if you see, I need to let that dry. But you see, it fit perfectly right down in the box. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is like this one. I added ribbon around it to hold it in place, and I added a little tag. So while I let my glue dry, I'm going to make my tag really fast. Okay. So I think that I will just use some paper from the collection if I have it, or just a scrap will do. Okay, this will be okay, but that's too small. See what I got here. Okay, here's one is from the collection, and what I did on this one, this is a 2.5 inch scallop punched out. So let's just do that one. And then I'm going to layer it with a piece of white. And I used a 2 inch for this one. And let's see, do I want to do it this way or this way? I think I'll do it that way. Add a little adhesive on the back of your white 2 inch circle. Just center it up into the center of your scallop. Okay. You can do like a to and from on here, because they 9 times out of 10 the person that buys it would just give it as a gift. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to do a to and from and just hand write it on. I'm going to poke myself a hole, so I'm all ready to go for that. Okay, so now that I think my glue is dry, I'm going to put my lotion in. Isn't that just darling, y'all? They're like little baby twins. So cute. Okay, so I think that I'm going to use some of this pretty blue ribbon. And y'all, if you saw my video on how I organized all my ribbon, it has worked out so well. It really has. My ribbon is still very organized. And yes, it has worked out very, very well. So if you haven't seen that video, go back and check it out, because I think that you'll really enjoy that, and you might try doing it with your ribbon. Okay, hopefully I let it go long enough. Maybe I didn't. I'm going to cut myself one more piece. Okay, so cut myself a piece of ribbon, and this one is about 16 inches long. And I'm just going to tie it around the box. I could have even did a little bit longer than that, but I'm going to try to make it work. If I have to cut another one, I will. Probably could have went like 20 inches. But let's see what I can do with this. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to cut another one, y'all. I hate that I cut it, because that feels wasteful to me. But I want to make sure it looks good. Let's try this again. Okay. Got this on much better. I need to remember that to cut it about 20 inches instead of like 16. I'm gonna tie a little bow on here. How sweet is this? I am so in love with this, and I promise you, once you make this little shadow box a couple of times, you will know exactly what to do, and you won't have to even worry with your template. You'll know where to cut. Okay, I like to make this a little nicer. Got to play with it for a minute, y'all. And I'm going to use my peeking shears. That's very cute. Now all I'm going to do is use a little bit of twine to tie my little tag on. I just put some twine through the little hole, tie myself a knot, and I'm going to tie this on. And then, my friends, we will be done. I hope that this video wasn't too long for you. I promise you, this little box is just super sweet, and it fits this lotion perfectly. Perfectly. Look, y'all. Oh my goodness. How sweet are these? I just absolutely love it. These will definitely be in my craft fair. If you want to package them up in a clear bag, that way everything stays nice and pretty, I think that that would work well. To do that, which is probably what I do, because I usually package most of my stuff in clear bags. But anyway, I think that it would really work well to do that. That way it stays nice and pretty. Then when the person buys it, they can take it out if they want to give it to someone without it. But at least for your craft fair, it will stay nice and clean. Let me know what you think about pricing for this. I'm thinking $5. Yeah, let me know what you think, because I paid $2.50 for my lotion. Now, if you go to Dollar Tree or go to Walmart and see if you can find some cheaper lotion, as long as it's about the same size of this, it will work well, and you could be able to get it at a cheaper price. So anyway, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of this. I am so in love with these. It is so cute. This will absolutely, definitely will not be ruled out of my craft fair. These will go in my craft fair. They are so cute. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope that you will give it a try. Hope you grabbed a snapshot of this template, which is really helpful, and hope you guys have a great night. Bye, y'all.